Another day, another video for more NFT games that you can play. Let's take a little twist for this one though. In the past videos that we made, we were just pumping out NFT games left and right. However, this time, let's pump out 5 more games, but this time have good graphics and good gameplay mechanics only. Anybody can get into an NFT game, but not all of them can be that interesting. There are some that go for fun gameplay and beautiful visuals aside from just making money. That being said, here is the Game Mag's 5 NFT games with good graphics and gameplay. Number 1. The Walking Dead Empires. Let's start with a very popular IP, which is The Walking Dead. If you haven't seen the show, it's basically about zombies, human survival, and more. That being said, The Walking Dead Empires is an NFT game that you can get behind. Even if you didn't watch the show, you can get into Empires very easily. On top of that, this game is under the Gala Games banner, which we have sung high praises of in the past. Let's start first with the biggest NFT aspect of this game, which is land. Players can buy land like many other NFT games out there. The land, for now, is set in Georgia, which is where the show takes place. It has the usual NFT aspect where landowners can rent out their land and earn part of the profits, or just sell the entire thing should they want to. But other gameplay mechanics include being a survival game, which makes sense when you think about it. I mean, who would want to spend money on the Walking Dead themed farming simulator? That sounds boring! Anyway, survival game. You can build structures on your land to make your characters much stronger. Players can also do dungeon dives where you can get rewards. Those rewards can include NFT items that they can sell and trade. NFT items can also be placed on your land or base to get more rewards in the process. The graphics of the game is very pleasing, and despite being a zombie-themed game, it has bright and vibrant colors. The visual presentation reminds you of games like Torchlight, but not necessarily the gameplay. Now, we move from one popular IP to another that may remind you of another successful IP. Number 2. Grit. The successful IP we're talking about is Fortnite. Granted, this next game is called Grit, which is not Fortnite game. The similarities are that Grit is made by Epic Games and is also a battle royale. That's right, the battle royale genre is far from dead, and Fortnite is probably the biggest one even today. Just by looking at the game, you can tell that this one had some funding to it, and with Epic Games at the helm, it's something that just happens. The graphics are so good that this game is only initially available for PC under Epic Games. That's right, the game isn't out yet. Boo. But that doesn't stop us from taking a look. It's a battle royale, so you already know that it's a last man standing match against a dozen of other players. It is set in the Wild Wild West, so you have your own array of weapons and other things present in any battle royale. Make sure that you last until the end and get those rewards, and some of which are NFT. The NFT aspect falls into your guns or weapons that you use. The game boasts that there can be millions of potential loadouts, which open up more NFT opportunities. Guess we'll just have to wait and see for future updates until the game is actually released. But from the Wild West, we head to the future on our next game. Number 3. Life Beyond. Life Beyond is a game that is described as an eco-punk game. You have steampunk and cyberpunk games, so why not have Egobug, which is set in the distant future? The game might remind you of other futuristic adventure games, which is a good thing. The game's visuals are very good, with some nice effects throughout, and might actually make you think about getting it. Another thing is that it is available for PC release when the time comes. In terms of the gameplay, there are a lot of things going for it. For the most part, the game is an action-adventure type. You can travel to planets and do several missions. The gameplay is fast-paced and action-packed, armed with your guns and other futuristic weapons. Players will be getting engaged against sci-fi horrors and everything else in between. When you're not busy fighting, you can customize your character to your liking, which brings about the NFT aspect. Obtaining NFT items from missions can be possible, but you can also craft your own NFT items later on. The NFT that you obtained can be sold and traded online for a nice bit of profit. There's also the talk about land, which allows players to do the usual, such as making something out of their land that other players can enjoy, or they just rent it out or sell it entirely. We'll have to wait for future updates when this game actually comes out. Speaking of the future, which is where Life Beyond is taking place, our next game takes time for a ride. Number 4. Big Time. If Life Beyond takes place in the future, Big Time takes place, well, all the time. What do we mean by that? Well, the game invokes time traveling and universe hopping. You can fight in the past, present, future, and somewhere you wouldn't even know where to begin. The graphics have those nice cartoonish yet presentable visuals. It's colorful and appealing to the eyes, and the gameplay even makes it better. It's an action RPG where you play the game in a third-person view. You can play on your own or play as a team with other players. The hook here is that with one character, you can master all 4 available classes. There's the Time Warrior, Quantum Fixer, Shadowblade, and Chronomancer, totally not names that Tolkien would have come up with. This opens up the chance for players to try all classes without opening numerous accounts and is perfect for you, since you just need to have one crypto wallet for your account. We mentioned that this game deals with time traveling, and it does. The dungeons and locals can be accessible via time traveling. You can do dungeons set in the past with fantasy and magical themes. Then you can also deal with dungeons in the future, dealing with science fiction and high-tech motifs. Speaking of time traveling, you can use your trusty time machine for this feat. The time machine is something that you can upgrade and customize later on. Access other locations when your time machine is up to the task. Gather tokens that you can get when doing the dungeons. These tokens can be used to purchase NFT items and, in turn, use those items to make money or do whatever it is you want with them. And one more thing, the cartoonish graphics completely complements to the last game on our list, which has the anime motif going for it. Number 5, Orrery. God, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Orrery closes out our list of NFT games that have good graphics and gameplay. We mentioned that this game has the anime motif, and it does because it is a JRPG. In terms of graphics, it has the anime art style, as well as cel-shaded visuals. It is under the Solana blockchain, which gives assurance that it has quality and promise. Orrery is another game that utilizes the Pokemon style of gameplay to it. You collected creatures called Nefties, which is a not-so-subtle nod to NFT. Get it? Nefties meaning NFTs? Anyways, that's where the NFT aspect comes into play, where Nefties can be bought from the market and you can sell yours. Breeding and hatching Nefties is another aspect of making more of them, hence more NFTs can be made in the process. The view is a top-down diagonal perspective where you and the other players have their Nefties on the field. The combat involves a lot of strategy and tactics, which plays into the JRPG mechanic. Even playing the single-player aspect can be enough to keep you going. However, playing against other players will be the most fun you'll get and even net you the most profit possible. Finally, to close out the Pokemon aspect of the game, you can catch some Nefties available. No, seriously, take your chance and gather a team of Nefties that you can use to widen up your team and rake in the rewards. Do you like these types of NFT games that have good graphics or gameplay? For more games like this or just NFT in general, stay tuned for more from the Game Mag for future videos when you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.